I mean, it's mind-boggling when I think of it.
Well, collecting the stupid vote, the dumbed-down sector of America, which is every generation yet to come, and including this one, it's not going to get any better.
Yeah, they wanted Sarah Palin voters, not Ron Paul voters.
Yeah, that's another issue. Ms. Heath Candy Bar decides that there's something rotten in Denmark here. Because as I heard it explained, well, she's got some political baggage that, she's jumping out of politics to deal with that so she can clear the way for her run for the presidency in 2012. There's, 700,000 people? Or is it 300,000 that live in Alaska? And folks, come on. This woman is president of the United States?
Well, we just saw what happened when you had that time of the month.
What was you in reference to the impromptu Friday?
July the 4th announcement.
Yeah, the bailout.
Bailout.
And people are angry in Alaska. They're going, well, what are you doing? I mean, this is 2009. You don't start a political run 3 years or 2.5 years before the actual elections. There's something else going on with this woman. I don't trust her, and she's way too stupid to be the CEO of the United States of America, Inc.
Just repeal the 19th Amendment.
Just repeal the 19th Amendment. We'll take your calls after this break. What it is, it's exactly clear. Let's get rid of these well-entrenched bankers. Let's just get rid of them. Bob, have you ever sat and wondered how many of our problems would not even be in existence if it weren't for the international bankster gangster?
Almost all. Because everything emanates from there. And they not only rob society, but when they mess it up in their quest for world government, deliberately, they have another war. And as we know, they want half or more of the people on the planet dead, so that suits them just fine.
I just, there is a solution here. I don't know how much under the wheels of these tyrants that people have to be ground up into dust before they're unseated and forever forbidden from doing this fiat money stuff. I mean, has not the world learned yet? Now, I understand that most heads of state are the insiders, the ring knockers, and they're going to go along to get along because they're being blackmailed. They can literally be put out of business if they don't go along. Take a look at Iceland. When what, Bob? A couple of years ago we said, watch Iceland. This is the model. You look up the definition in the dictionary of model, small replica of the real thing, and we were saying versus the United States, watch Iceland closely because this is what's going to happen to the United States. And lo and behold, it did exactly that. But all this pain, all this suffering, the death and the destruction through the military-industrial complex, the corporations in conjunction with the banks, the world teetering on absolute anarchy. If we turned 0.1% of the energy being generated by the disenfranchised and the discoupled on this planet, we could run these people out of business and existence forever.
Well, we may get that opportunity because I think they're going to mess this thing up real good. And they're depending upon the military to keep order for them. And I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, the Pope in his benediction just called for a political solution to an economy.
Well, I think if that's what the Pope thinks, I think he ought to gather up all the assets of the Catholic Church and put them at the disposal of the Illuminati. And let him contribute.
Pope on a rope.
But the bottom line is simply this. I mean, as we pointed out many times before, this debt crisis is 30 years in the making. You're not going to solve a 30-year problem in 6, 12, 24, 36 months. It's going to take decades to repair the damage that's been done over the last 30 years. I mean, I hate to sound so dire, but...
It is.
Yeah, but it'll last longer than that.
It is what it is. And I ain't liking
And there's
it.
nothing you can do about it. I mean, they just ripped the system apart deliberately.
Well, I
when we get the opportunity, like Gerald was talking about, Robespierre and the French people, where 300,000 heads are rolled, I think we can do a little bit better than that.
Well, I know this, and folks, keep this in mind. All the stuff that you're seeing, California Senate trying to restrict ammunition sales, Eric Holder determining who a terrorist in the country is going to be at his whim, at his discretion, the report that came out of Homeland Security, Napolitano's office on the right-wing extremists. Read this as they are getting fearful. They have painted themselves in a corner, and they're waiting for the American people to turn on them. And quite frankly, I just want them out of office right now. We'll get around to prosecuting them for fraud and treason later. But the one thing that has to be done, and it has to be done immediately, is to get us out from this funny money system. It has absolutely killed our hopes, our dreams, our savings, your children's future. And folks, if you looked at the intelligent quotient of this current generation, the Twitter heads, the people that will not speak to each other within speaking distance to each other, they've got to text one another. They are lost in the cyber world in make-believe. So if anything is going to happen to save this country and the success of generations, I hate to put it on you, folks, but it's on our shoulders. All right? Deal with it. It is what it is. John in Florida. Hello, John. John. Go to the next one. Terry. Hello, Terry.
Hey, John and Robbie and Mr. Chapman. I guess I want to qualify what I have to say. As long as I've been sort of a student of this Federal Reserve, this banking system, and trying to get my mind around it and still comprehend it, even for myself sometimes I think I have sometimes comprehending things, and I think not only for myself, maybe for other people, there may be a little bit of a blockage there because the fact that even I can't comprehend how diabolical it is, that it's, and if I understand it somewhat for the most part, having a hard time comprehending how diabolical it is, it's got to be much more difficult for people who have no awareness of the money that sits in their pocket as being fraudulent to comprehend. And then I have another question, too, I wanted to clarify with you in regards to that.
All right. Hang on, John, Terry, Bill, Dave, John, others. We'll get to all of your calls, rapid succession. But right after the break, we'll give you the Chapman deal of the day. If Samunti's got 80%, where's yours?